this to Bustle executive editor Julia Alvin, Independent Women Forum's Patrice Leon-Wuka. All right, so Patrice, all I'm saying there and then and forever is just be careful jumping on the consensus anything. It's usually wrong. What do you think?
Well, can I add, remember when they said that Donald Trump could never win among even increased number of minority supporters, and he did. He beat Romney by 2 additional points for blacks and Hispanics. I mean, I think we need to move beyond
now you're just showing off. Now I thought I presented enough examples, but now you're showing off. But that's okay.
Well, I just want to make the point that, you know, elites, whether Hollywood, politics, or academia, should not outweigh, their opinion should not outweigh, you know, common sense. The regular person who may not have gotten the four-year college degree, but who understands their own passions and interests, and they understand what they're feeling every day. And that was lost in this election cycle, and I think it's a good resolution to carry forward with.
Well, all I was trying to say, Julian, a lot of people say it is a right or a left thing. It was just sort of because I've seen arrogance on the right and the left. Republicans who couldn't reconcile losing the election 4 years ago, let alone 8 years ago, and somehow not understanding that it might be the candidates they're putting forward, to this day with Democrats still not wrestling with the reality they lost and blaming it on everything but the Russians and you know, solar spots. So what do you think? I mean, there are a lot of consensus figures out there already that Donald Trump will fail out the gate, that this recovery isn't justified. What do you think?
I think that I agree with you, you know, on a lot of measures here. I think that what was really dangerous about sort of this election in general is that a lot of people didn't take Donald Trump seriously. I think both on the Republican side, they didn't take him seriously as a primary candidate. He ended up winning the primary. I think the Democrats didn't take him seriously as a candidate in the general election, and I think that that probably bred some complacency, some people staying home on Election Day, some sort of protest votes.
Well, what do you do as a result? I mean, when you see this stuff like that, Julian, experience we had, and maybe you didn't, you know, buy the consensus line yourself. Can you go too far? Can you question every consensus sort of opinion or thought that's out there and just say, I'm going to go the opposite?
I think that that's sort of a flawed way to do it, you know, to automatically assume that everything that you're reading is wrong, because then where do you get your information from and how do you discover what is fact? But I do think that you know, I agree with you very much on the fact that, like, we need to be more skeptical. We need to maybe be a little bit cynical as far as what's being presented to us by the Republican Party, by the Democratic Party, by the news media, whether that's conservative or liberal. I think that we really need to examine, you know, the truth, whether that's trying to figure out whether or not our news is fake or whether that is not believing the polls. You know, I think that what we've really learned at Bustle is that, you know, we are a website of millennial women, a lot of urban women, a lot of progressive women, and a lot of us were really shocked by the election results, honestly, because none of the people that we knew were voting in that way.
But
and
that was your universe, right? So
right.
Patrice,
we need to get out of our own echo chamber, and I think that
Patrice, what do you think
true.
of that? Out of your own echo chamber.
No, I agree with that. I mean, polling shows that most people tend to read the news that they politically agree with.
Fair enough.
I mean, I talked to my parents and my grandparents, and they said they read news from across the board. But Americans today, they don't trust a lot of news sources, and you know, this is well before fake news became a thing. So you know, I think there's something about the gut. There's something about our internal compass that says, you know, something smells fishy here, and it probably is. And even if the consensus in the news media says one thing, if your heart is telling you something else, we shouldn't ignore it.
All right. I want to thank you both. A very good perspective on this.